Hi there, my name is Aliyah Selah, and I wanted to tell you how I became a co-creative arts mentor. And so I'm going to start with a question that really perplexed me for a while until I kind of figured it out. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? And the way that I would kind of see how this was a lot of meaning for me was that when I was thinking about what I wanted to create, was that's when it was created or when I actually did it? So I began to understand that it's both because we need to use that visualization ability to actually create things. And so it's both because they're happening simultaneously. So now, let me tell you that what I wanted to talk to you about today is lucid dreaming and astro traveling and how that led me to be a co-creative arts mentor. So, my first story begins when I'm about 5 years old, and I went to go see a Disney film. And the first thing I saw was the big book, Once Upon a Time. And then of course it was Snow White, and I just loved Snow White because she used to clean the house and sing, and all the animals would help her, and that became my most favorite dream that I would always refer to. And other ones came along as well, swimming with dolphins and various different things like that. But that was the ones that I referred to when I needed a good dream. So this happened because my next movie I went to was Bambi. And if any of you went to Bambi, you know that in the first scene, the mother gets killed in a fire. Like, what's up with that, Disney? Right? So basically, that's when I started having my first nightmares. I never had nightmares before that, and I didn't know what to do about these nightmares. So I imagined the Disney book, and I imagined that I would take the book and I would open it to a different chapter to these wonderful ones that I had, swimming with the dolphins or Snow White singing with with the animals, helping her clean. And then I could get out of any dream where I was not feeling comfortable. I could always change what was going on. And I did often do that so that I never had another bad dream. Basically, I knew that I could change them. And if I got into a weird place, I would just imagine myself into another place. And so I used to do a lot of dreaming where I was saving my family at the edge of a cliff. I mean, therapists could go wild with that one. But basically, I was loving to save people, and I was flying all around. So I had some really, really wonderful dreams that I loved as a child. And then I wanted to, understand more about this. And it came to me from this experience where I was sick. I had a fever, and I was sent to the nurse's office. And this is again about 5 years old. And I was lying down on the bed, and all of a sudden I felt myself being lifted up. And then I looked down and I saw me lying there. And I thought to myself, wow, this is cool, but does this mean I died? And there was a voice said, oh no, it's just like in your dreams. And I went, okay. So I kind of like looked around and kind of had a little wonderful thing. And then my mom came and I had to come back. And I couldn't tell anybody about this in my family. So I'm like, who can I talk to about this? And that was my art teacher that I had, this wonderful art teacher that was like kind of a hippie chick in the middle of a very conservative school in Phoenix, Arizona. And she was wonderful. She helped everyone to get along. And she had these really great things that we did with art all the time. And if we cleaned up 15 minutes before we had to leave, she would pull out a guitar and start playing songs that we heard on the radio, like Feeling Groovy, which was nothing like the music that we did in music room, like She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain type of stuff. This was the good stuff I loved. And she inspired me to be a musician. She inspired me to be an artist. And the fact that I didn't know who to talk to when this happened to me, I went to her, office when it was lunch, and I told her about what had happened to me flying above my body and my dreams, and how I could change them. And she said, oh, honey, she said, you're an artist. That's why you're so sensitive. It's a good thing. And all those feelings that you're going to have and all those dreams that you have, put them into your art, and it will really fill your soul. And it was just so wonderful to have somebody who got me and helped lead me in a positive direction. So that's what I decided to do as a co-creative arts mentor. I was an art teacher at an inner city school where everybody was fighting and upmanship, and I was told that I should try to help them get along. So I put together co-creative arts and communications, and this was an amazing experiment that I'll talk to you more about, where kindergarten to ninth grade, everybody thrived and became friends. I saw co-creative arts happening. I saw peer counseling and peer tutoring organically, because that's what happens when we're friends. So my goal is to share co-creative arts with art teachers, with people who want to be creative, with people who understand the power and the glory of being creative and how it heals the soul. So I hope you enjoy this little information and all this good stuff coming at you. This is Aaliyah. Thank you so much. God bless and peace.